Thomas loves working on his branch line with Annie and Clarabel. He loves all the familiar places and faces and knows them very well. He shares the line with Toby the tram engine, who sometimes works at the quarry with Mavis. Toby and Mavis are the only engines allowed to travel on the quarry line ever since Thomas got into trouble with a policeman for not having cowcatchers and side plates like Toby and Mavis do. Although there is one aspect of working on his branch line that Thomas doesn't enjoy. In wintertime, when snow falls, the branch line engines must all wear their snowplows, except Toby and Mavis, who have cowcatchers instead, and so have no need for ploughs. All the engines knew that Thomas hated his plough, and so when Thomas arrived late at the junction one morning, James saw a chance to tease him.
Silly, horrid, awkward thing.
Hello, little Thomas. I see you branch line engines have had your snowplows fitted. I would have thought a bit of snow wouldn't slow you down, but it seems you little engines need all the help you can get.
Thomas let off steam angrily.
And where's your snowplow? It would serve you right if you got stuck in a snowdrift.
The Fat Controller decided we big engines were too important for ploughs. He told Donald and Douglas to clear the tracks for us so we didn't have to bother with snow. It doesn't matter if your little branch line trains are late, but on the main line, time's time and we must keep it.
But you're a guaranteed connection. If I'm late, you will be too. I should be important enough not to need a plough. My branch is first on the line, everyone knows that.
Even little Toby doesn't need a snowplow. Maybe this should be his branch line.
Toby's a tram engine. He has cowcatchers, so he doesn't need a plough.
Then maybe you should ask the Fat Controller for cowcatchers instead.
Thomas let off steam indignantly.
Don't be daft. Then I'd look almost as ridiculous as you.
I'm a splendid red engine. You're only a small tank engine. Now if you'd excuse me, I have a timetable to keep.
Before Thomas could say another word, James fussed out of the station, leaving Thomas to sizzle in frustration. Thomas was so angry and distracted that he was late for the rest of the day. Toby was waiting at the junction impatiently. He had to wait for Thomas to return before he could make his way up the branch line to collect an important order of stone from the quarry. When Thomas finally fussed into the station, grumbling dreadfully about his plough, he and Toby were very late indeed. As soon as the signal dropped, Toby raced up the branch line to the quarry. But Toby didn't know that Mavis had also become tired of waiting, and that she had decided to take the trucks herself. Then, everything happened at once. As Toby rushed down the line, he missed a signal at danger, just as both he and Mavis were approaching the tunnel. Toby rounded the bend into the tunnel and collided with Mavis in an echoing crash. When the accident was cleared away, Toby and Mavis were both sent for repairs. This meant that there were no engines with cowcatchers and side plates who could run the line to the quarry, and important orders of stone still needed to be delivered. The Fat Controller decided that there was only one thing to do.
Cowcatchers? No, absolutely not. I won't do it.
I'm sorry, Thomas. The Fat Controller says you must be fitted with cowcatchers and side plates to run the quarry while Toby and Mavis are away.
Then get Percy to do it. I need to pull my passengers.
Percy has important work to do at the harbour. Bertie will help with your passengers, but there's still a lot of work to split between you while we're 2 engines down. They're the Fat Controller's orders.
But the big engines will say I look like a tram. The passengers will laugh and I'll never hear the end of it.
I'm sorry, Thomas. Orders are orders. We can take off the cowcatchers when you pull your passenger trains, but you'll have to wear them when we work at the quarry.
Well, I won't wear them. You can't make me.
And so while Thomas worked on the quarry line, he wore his new cowcatchers. But he was careful that whenever he prepared to take a passenger train, he always made sure his driver removed the cowcatchers first. It was time-consuming to switch them out and made Thomas late, but he preferred it to being laughed at by the other engines. One morning, Thomas was working in the quarry. He was trying hard to arrange the trucks in time for his next train, but he had to manage the work of 2 engines on his own. By the time he had finished, he was already running rather late.
I'm sorry, Thomas. We have no time to remove your cowcatchers. There's more snow on the way, so if we removed them, you'd need your snowplow fitted too. We just don't have time to switch them out, I'm afraid. You'll have to take your next train like this.
But, James will laugh. And Bertie too.
There's nothing I can do. If you don't take the train now, the passengers will miss the connecting trains and there will be confusion and delay. You know the Fat Controller won't like that.
Thomas was annoyed, but resigned that he had no choice but to take the train looking like this. He rolled into the platform at Elsbridge hoping that James wouldn't see him, but it was too late. James laughed when he saw Thomas's new look.
Thomas, the tram engine. I knew you hated your snowplow, Thomas, but I didn't think you'd swap it for cowcatchers.
Thomas could say nothing as James continued to laugh. He was still laughing as he left the station, and Thomas fumed away soon after. As he passed the level crossing, he saw Bertie laughing at him too, and Terence chortled at him from a field. Even Annie and Clarabelle tittered more than usual as they rolled along. By the time Thomas returned to the sheds, he was very tired and embarrassed. But Thomas's driver had good news.
I just spoke with the station master. Toby and Mavis will be back tomorrow morning, so you'll be able to go back to your usual jobs.
Oh, good. Please, driver, can we take off these awful cowcatchers now?
We could, but we'd have to fit your snowplow instead. The Fat Controller has asked you to help with the mail train tonight.
Oh, I don't mind wearing my snowplow, honestly. I'd much prefer it over these horrid things, any day.
And here I thought you hated your snowplow.
Thomas said nothing. He'd never admit it, but he had missed his snowplow. The next morning, Thomas arrived at the junction with his snowplow to meet James's connecting train. But when he arrived, James was nowhere to be seen. Finally, James fumed into the station 3 minutes late and fitted with his own snowplow.
Well. Look who decided to show up. I thought big engines were too important for snowplows.
The Fat Controller sent Dolan and Douglas to clear snow in the Little Western instead, so now we all have to wear our ploughs.
I thought you said the main line was more important than little branch lines. Besides, I would have thought a bit of snow wouldn't slow you down. But it seems you big engines need all the help you can get.
It's not my fault. This stupid plough is making me late.
I'm sorry, James, but I can't wait for you mainline engines all day. I have a timetable to keep. Goodbye.
And with that, Thomas puffed away, leaving James to seethe in a cloud of steam.
Oh God, sorry.